first thing I do in the morning is roll out of bed and then go immediately to the bathroom, brush my teeth, and if I have to use the restroom, I use the restroom. So I do that. Then I always make my bed. I always make my bed. It comes from that speech that Admiral McCraven made at the University of Texas. I believe it was back in 2014. It always makes me feel accomplished if you can make one task done, and that's to make your bed. Then you can come back in the morning, or you can come back in the evening and look at your bed and say that you at least got one thing done. So it makes me feel organized, makes me feel like I'm actually tracking towards something. So it truly does work. It might sound silly, but it truly does make the day start off with the right tone in the right way. And it doesn't have to be perfect either. I remember when I was in officer candidate school and basic training, if I had tried to make my bed like that, then I would have gotten a lot of push-ups and sit-ups or whatever. I would have gotten punished. It doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to look neat. So take a couple seconds, make the bed, and then go on about the day. So the next thing I do is to knock out 5 or 10 push-ups, just something physical. This also helps get the blood flowing and also helps set the tone for the day. All right, now that that's done, what I do now is shut off the lights in the room and then go to the office and start writing down what I'm grateful for and the quote for the day. So every day I write down 3 things that I'm grateful for. I've been doing this for, probably 4 or 5 years now, at least 4 years. And what it does is having an attitude of gratitude. I know that sounds cheesy, but having an attitude of gratitude is something that particularly helps me because I'm the type of person that tends to see the negative in things. I think some people are more inclined to do that than others naturally. I think I'm one of the more naturally, I'm someone who's more naturally inclined to see the negative, and it's helped me work on seeing the positive things in my life because there's always more positive. Most of the time there's more positive going on in your life than you realize. So taking a couple seconds to write down what that is or what those things are is key. And it can literally be anything. I'm not going to tell you what I'm writing down because this is personal to me, but it can literally be anything. It can be your dog, it can be coffee, it can be whatever, the pen that you're using, anything. And then for a quote, I got quotes posted around my office everywhere. But the quote, I will share that with you, that I'm going to use today is, no such thing as spare time, no such thing as free time, no such thing as downtime. All you got is lifetime. Go, by Henry Rollins. So I write that down word for word. All right, so now that that's done, I'm going to get my slippers and socks on, and go downstairs and get some coffee. I normally will make coffee. I do like caffeine. I try to keep my coffee to 1 cup a day, mainly because I want to sleep well at night. If I have more than 1 or 2 cups of coffee, I don't sleep all that well at night. I got a pretty good night's sleep here. The next thing I do once I write down my gratitude and all that, and the quote, is measure my metabolism with my lumen. So I'll take you right through that. So I connect my lumen on my phone right here. And what lumen does is it gives you an idea of how much fat you're burning. So the first thing I like to do in the morning is to check how much fat I'm burning or how much this device says I'm burning. So I get it right here on my phone.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
I'm getting used to that, but it does take a lot to do that. All right, so looks like I'm mostly burning fat, which is nice. I'm trying to get it down to the 1, if you can see the 1 there. Trying to get it down to the 1. I've only gotten to 2, but anywhere between 1 and 2 is normally acceptable to me for the morning time. What I don't want to see is anything in the 4 or the 5 range, because that means I'm only burning carbohydrates, which means that my fat stores aren't being accessed. So that's good news. So I get the lumen done, and it does give me a nutrition plan. So today it says I should eat 60 grams of carbs, 167 grams of fat, and 121 grams of protein. So that right there is a low carb diet, definitely, which is something that I've been using for the past few years. Is I try to avoid carbs, especially refined carbs, as much as I possibly can. That includes sugar, white bread, all that stuff. And I try to eat a lot of fat, so I do eat quite a bit of meat. I do eat whole eggs, and I do eat macadamia nuts, pistachios, nuts with a lot of fat and not a lot of carbohydrates, nut butters, things like that. All right, so now I'm gonna go downstairs, make some coffee, and then start my reading for the day. The trusty Keurig. Now that I got my coffee, what I'm gonna do is normally I bring my Kindle, downstairs, but I forgot because I was filming. So I'm gonna get my Kindle here and then go downstairs and relax. I still got an old Kindle Paperwhite, The cover, I've had this since like 2013. It still works perfectly, but the cover has been broken for a long time. But it still does what it needs to do. Right now, I'm reading The Obligation. It's a story about a soldier that goes to Iraq by Larry Horton. Not a lot of people know about it, but I'm reading several books. This year, I'm reading a book per day. And most of those books I listen to on Audible, but I do still read Kindle and hardcover book as well. So in the morning, I'll read from about 5:30 to 6, and then get dressed to go exercise in my garage. And it's 7 degrees outside today, so hopefully it warms up in the next hour. It probably won't, but I'm gonna have to layer up to go jump rope in the garage. So let's get some reading done. about 6:25. I'm gonna be headed outside to the garage. What I normally bring with me to the garage for my jump rope sessions, I bring my phone and I bring my wireless headphones because I listen to an audiobook. Right now, the audiobook I'm listening to is The Big Fat Surprise, which is a book about how fat in our dietary fat has been villainized for the past 50 to 100 years. So let me get my stuff. I'm going to get my shoes down. I'm going to get my shoes on. And we are going to continue on with the morning routine. So I normally will exercise until about 7:15. What I normally do is try to burn about 300 calories. And I keep track of that on my Fitbit. Whew. Oh man, it's cold outside. 7 degrees. I know for a lot of people that's not cold, but for me, 7 degrees. But you gotta put in work anyway. I got several layers on, which is gonna help. All right, get ready to do this. It gets cold here, even in southeast Michigan. I can only imagine how cold it is up in the Upper Peninsula right now. Let's do this. Cold as ice out here. I gotta be careful out here, man, because that's why I got this railing. So make sure I don't slip. But yeah, it's a long walk out to the garage. Well, not too long, but look. It's dark out here, so it's like 6:30 right now. It's dark. But you gotta get it in before everybody else wakes up. Because you try to wait to do your workout till later in the day, you're gonna have other things to do. You're gonna have other things to do, and it's not gonna become a priority. So that's one thing the Army taught me, is to wake up early, get your workout done, and then you can do other things. I try to make my workout the most difficult thing I do all day. All right, we're in the garage now. Come in here. Man, it's cold. You can see my breath. Excuse me. I got my layers, and it's a little bit warmer in the garage, which is nice. But I got my layers here, so I got my Army issued layers on and all that stuff. So yeah, this is my workout area here. It's nothing real special. I hang my ropes, some of my ropes here from these nails. There's my tripod, there's our bikes, and then here are my workout mats. So yeah, that's pretty much what it is coming out to the garage. Right now, let's check the time. It's 6:32, so I'm about 2 minutes behind schedule, but that's all right. I'm gonna get this workout in. Let's do it. Just finished my workout. It's still like 7 degrees out here, but I still got it in. You can see just how cold it is out here just from my breath, and that's inside the garage. But no matter what the weather is, you got to continue to get it in however you can, set up systems however you can to make it work for you. Let's see the stats. In 30 minutes, 16 seconds, I burned 302 calories. I did a mixture between jump rope, some kettlebell muscle failure exercises, and some ab wheel. So now I'm gonna head in. It's about 7:06, 7:07 in the morning. I'm gonna head in, take a shower, and get ready to start the workday. I just finished my workout, got in. It's about 7:12, 07:12. So what I'm gonna do now is check my metabolism again with my Lumen and see if I got to that stage 1 or if something changed. And after this, I'm gonna get some water and then hop in the shower, start getting ready for the day.
Inhale deeply through your lumen. Hold your breath. Exhale in 3, 2, 1.
Sometimes it takes 1, sometimes it takes 2. So we'll see. No. Awesome. All right, so this is the first time that I've gotten a 1. So what that means, and this is something I've seen consistently with Lumen after using it for the past couple weeks, is that once I start exercising, it makes sense. It usually drops me down 1 level. So if I'm at a 4, it drops me down to 3. This time I woke up at a 2, it dropped me down to 1. So that means that I'm in the optimal fat burning mode. They don't call it ketosis on Lumen, but I would suspect that if I check my ketones right now, it would show that I'm in a state of ketosis. So now I'm gonna get some water and go ahead and hop in the shower. This is a no-brainer, but drinking water is one of the best things you can do for you. All right, shower time. It's about 7:33 now. 7:33. I got a meeting at 8 o'clock, like I was saying earlier in the video. What I like to do before that meeting and before I get on the computer, go on to social media, do anything like that, is I like to do 5 minutes of meditation, of focusing on the breath. Meditation helps me center my mind and to understand that while the things that I do every day are important, there's nothing as important as family and as important as self-care. All the stuff you do for work, it's important, but it's all ephemeral. It'll all go away one day. So doing meditation helps me to get control of my mind and to understand what is truly important. So what I do is I sit in front of the window. We live on Lake St. Clair right outside of Detroit, and it's frozen right now, but it's a beautiful view. So I sit right here on the floor, and that's what I do. right, that's it for the meditation. 5 outstanding minutes. Every time I do that, I feel much more energized, but calm at the same time, and I feel like I can do anything, that I'll have complete control over my emotions during the day, that nothing will get me upset, nothing will cause me to become angry, that I have complete control over my mind, and that my self-awareness is heightened as a result of the meditation practice. So meditation is a great thing to do. I highly recommend it, especially if you're about to go into the day and the first thing you do in the day is a meeting with 30 people. You don't know what's going to happen, but you know that you can control how you react. You can control your thoughts. You can control how you respond to the situation. So again, the sun's starting to come up. Another nice morning on Lake St. Clair. We're going to head back to the office. And right now it is, I forgot to get the time. Right now it's 7:41, so I still got about 19 minutes. So we're gonna head back into the office. I'm gonna fire up my computers and get the day started. What I like to do, what I normally do, is I get my personal computer fired up, I get my work computer fired up, and then I just start the day. With my work computer, it takes a long time to get everything logged in, but that's what I normally do. This morning, I'm going to spend some time answering YouTube comments, get in conversation with all of you who support the channel, which I really appreciate. So that's what we're gonna do this morning. Alright, so that is the morning routine. I hope that you enjoyed it. There's not much special to it, but I think the key is to figure out the most important things that you need to do and do them as early as possible, or get them done before everyone else wakes up, because now got about 10 minutes and I gotta go and start the workday. So that's really what it is. I hope you enjoyed the video. Until next time, stay safe, stay healthy, jump rope to freedom. Peace.